Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things we learned from Real Madrid to Chelsea 0. Unfortunately, I've got nothing positive here to say to you today. I think for me, the tie is over. Chelsea today in a Champions League quarter-final. How can we not turn up and want this against Real Madrid? Of all of the points that we're going to make here discussing some of the awful individual Chelsea performances today, when you need your key men to show up and put something in, Ben Chilwell gets the most stupid red card and Reece James has arguably the worst game he's ever had in a Chelsea shirt. And then you look at the attack, we didn't score again, but it's at a point now where I genuinely just believe if Graham Potter can't get them to do well, Frank Lampard can't come in and get that rocket up their backsides that they desperately needed. We now have to start thinking, okay, what is it here that we're doing which does show there's a plan? And I personally believe that this result against Real Madrid, this performance against Real Madrid, is the moment where I genuinely admit I really don't think anybody has any idea what they're doing at Chelsea Football Club. And that also comes down to the players too. Because quite frankly, this game today, Real Madrid, they have got about another 4 gears to go through. Chelsea don't have 4 gears, let alone knowing that Real Madrid played well enough to win the game. I thought Valverde was absolutely brilliant. He was everywhere. If you look at his heat map today on SofaScore or whatever, it's literally just going to be red all over the pitch. Karim Benzema, the world's best striker, in my opinion, he's gifted opportunities from Kepa, palming it into his hands, and then the last minute of the game, somehow, Kepa manages to just give Benzema a free header as well, but he missed it. Quiet in the second half. Modric again, fantastic. Toni Kroos, brilliant. Dani Carvajal playing at right back, yet Chelsea's new 72 million fastest player in the Premier League doesn't even come off the bench to try and have a run. And when Ben Chilwell gets sent off, it changes the entire shape of Chelsea. But, you know, maybe that was part of the plan. Maybe Chilwell's like, you know what? We're not really getting anywhere with this formation, so I'll give you something to think about, shall I? I'll get myself sent off so I don't have the embarrassment of having to be on the pitch any longer. And let's change it up. But no, Chelsea towards the end, we are just lucky that it is 2-0. Do I believe there's any chance that we turn it around in the second leg? No. I think I'm just going to be honest here. I think what I've seen over the past few weeks, I have never in my lifetime ever been so sure that Chelsea won't win. I have never been so sure that Chelsea won't even score. And to be able to sit here and say that 2-0, having played the majority of the second half with 10 men, is actually a good result. What have we become? What have Chelsea Football Club become where we can actually all sit here and probably say 2-0's not a bad result, is it? Let's be real. We are dealing at the moment with a different era at the football club, but we've all got to accept that this is not going to be it. It's absolutely not. We have signed so many players and we look about as far away from a football team as a fixture where there isn't any team there. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. I begin box number 1 with a red for Ben Chilwell. It's a straight red card. First of all, Marc Cucurella, he doesn't get a box today, but he once again showed that he's not Chelsea level. Gets absolutely dragged and drawn out of position, forcing Chilwell to be on the retreat. But then at this point, you know, the European referee in the Champions League, Real Madrid are in on goal, one of the best teams. Of course, it's a goal scoring opportunity. And it doesn't matter about how good the team is to say whether or not it should be a red or a yellow, but because it's Real Madrid, they're more likely to score. But why has Chilwell done that? It's an erratic moment. He pulls him back. And in European football, you're always going to get sent off. Whenever there is ambiguity between was it a direct goal scoring opportunity or not in the Champions League, it's always going to be one because that's the way it works. You get bookings in Europe far easier than you do in the Premier League. The good positive is that none of the yellow card players, as far as I'm aware, got booked. Towards the end of the game, I was kind of just on my phone, to be honest. There wasn't much to see, and it's a record, by the way. I had the boxes done after 70 minutes, because I knew, and I've been saying this every single game, I know now when Chelsea aren't going to score. And to have 10 men at the Bernabeu, Ben Chilwell not only misses that second leg, which means we've got to suffer with Cucurella, but at the same time now, it gave us no chance, even though there was no attacking movement, even though there was no player to link the defence to the attack in the midfield. Ben Chilwell gave us no chance. Box number 2 is a red for Reece James, and I'm going to say this here because Reece James is a shadow of the player that he once was, whether that is a result of playing in this team or not. I do believe that Reece James, since recovering from that injury, we have seen it ever since he last got injured. Reece is scared to get forward. Maybe today, because we're so worried about keeping the scoreline below 5 or 6, he didn't want to get forward, or maybe Frank told him, don't really get forward, you know. But Camavinga's not even a left back. So as good as Camavinga is as a footballer, you'd like to think that maybe Reece James would like to give it a go. Vinicius Jr., what a footballer this guy is. He's so good going forward, but then he was tracking Reece's runs, and I think Reece today, it showed that that surgery is 100% necessary. I know with the surgery, it's never 100% sure if the player's going to recover the same way, but there was no point of him being out there on the field today. So if it's going to be like this, we've got Malo Gusto coming in the summer. The season's finished, guys. So once this Real Madrid formality is over after that second leg, and I'm sorry I'm so negative, but please, come on, I've got to be realistic. I think we should end Reece James's season, sorry, I'm tired. I've slept 3 hours to get flipping watch this stupid match. End Reece's season, get him the surgery, and hopefully we can once again, in some point in the future, see the same Reece James that we've got used to at Chelsea Football Club, but kept giving the ball away, looked as though he's given up, if I'm honest. It looked as though, from his face, from his body language, that Reece James, Chelsea's best footballer, has given up on this team this season. It's shocking. It's not good enough. Box number 3 is a red for Joao Felix, and I made that video 2 days ago now, talking about whether Chelsea should sign Felix permanently. Gets, I think, our only 2 shots on target in the whole match, but there was no movement. There was no cohesion with Raheem Sterling, which, to be fair, we're asking them to play at the Bernabeu, the first time they played up front together for Chelsea in what was a 3-5-2 from Frank Lampard. But Joao Felix, again, I repeat what I said in my video. Chelsea are going to spend 80 million on this guy. Seriously think about what it is that we're buying. We don't need fancy tricks, we need goals. Chelsea haven't scored for the 4th match in a row. Box number 4 is a red for Mateo Kovacic. Somehow gets given the captain's armband. I know it's always a formality when it comes to captain, vice captain, but to give Kovacic that armband today when he spent most of his time looking around, probably wondering why he ever left Real Madrid. And I know he's won a Champions League for us, so of course it was worth it overall. Chelsea bought him for 40 million. When you look across that entire Real Madrid team, it's difficult to compare a proper team to this makeshift botch job Chelsea. But every single player in a white shirt today seemingly wanted it more than any player in a blue shirt for Chelsea. And I think with Kovacic, the decline is so alarming. When, I've said it before, when Kovacic isn't scoring and getting assists, which is what he's done, he's not done throughout his whole time at Chelsea, when you start to see being caught out of position, being dispossessed, looking as though he's looking around, just wondering what to do, start by jogging, start by running, start by fighting to get the ball back. And even that is now void from Kovacic's game. I genuinely think, as much as we dug in and we fought hard I think the commentary and everyone else is seeing different things to me. Because Kovacic today was just a passenger. And with a Chelsea midfield that has N'Golo Kante running around, winning you the ball, starting counter-attacks, get with the game, run, break a leg, go out there, just do everything you can to get involved. And Kovacic today, when he was on the ball, he gave it away. And he wasn't winning it back anywhere near enough either. Box number 5 is a red for Raheem Sterling, who puts in one of the most abject performances again. This is getting draining. It's getting draining. Raheem Sterling has Chelsea's best chance in the first half. The ball comes in from Reece James, but I don't even think Sterling gets on the end of it. I think it comes off of Eder Militao. I don't think Raheem Sterling brings anything to this Chelsea team. He's weak. When he's running at players, he seems to have lost the ability to take players on. The lack of confidence in this Chelsea team is just beyond shocking. I can't believe what we've witnessed out there. Box number 6 is a red for Kepa. Chelsea need a new goalkeeper. Kepa needs to be dropped in the second leg. Edouard Mendy now is my number 1. We've seen Kepa do okay this season, and both goals he has to do better. He has literally gone and pushed the ball into Karim Benzema, the best striker in the world, from 4 yards. He's given it to him on a plate, a silver platter. Second goal, Asensio from outside the box. Of course he's going to shoot, because if you shoot from outside the box against Kepa, you will score. And even if Asensio's shot doesn't go in, and we lose this 1-0 with 10 men, and we're thinking, what a great result, only losing 1-0 with 10 men. But Kepa's 2 mistakes are the goals. I think Chelsea have got away with murder. I really believe we've got away with murder to lose 2-0 to this Real Madrid team. They didn't come out of second gear. They didn't need to. Rudiger comes on, denies Mason Mount. Chelsea look like scoring. Mason Mount's on the pitch. We're just a mess. What a block from Rudiger. Chelsea got rid of this guy for free. This club is becoming a joke. We are a laughingstock. It's shocking. And the fact that we've only lost 2-0, I think is just balanced forces playing out in our favour to make sure that the joke runs a bit longer. I've given up with this team. I'm sorry. This is what I do for work. I talk about Chelsea. I get paid to do it. Because you guys watch, thank you. Hit the like button if you somehow agreed with anything I said in this video today. But Brighton at the weekend, even they're a bit like Real Madrid. I'm done. I'm lost.